If you have played by the old rules of money, what do I mean by that? In 2020, the rules of money changed, right? Across the board. If you, like me, have been taught that saving money in the bank is a good idea, that's wrong. If you've been taught that buying a house is a great idea because a house is your biggest asset, wrong again. That's wrong. If you've been taught that having a job as a safe, secure source of income is a good thing, once again, you've been lied to, and not intentionally because they dislike you. I'm sure your parents, your grandparents, your peers, your teachers, your friends and family, I'm sure they love you and support you. Of course they do. But the information that they've given you for all of those years, now today, here in this present time, is irrelevant. Now, am I telling you that all of those things are just absolutely incorrect? Absolutely. And I'll break it down for you. So here's what I want to talk about today. By the way, I'm Sean John, Middleman CEO. If you want to learn how to start your own middleman business, click the link in the video description below to learn what a middleman business is and how to build your own. I keep saying you need to have a way to make money from your phone, from home, alone, whatever the case. You need to find a way to make money when you're not at work. And we're going to talk about some of that in this video. So it's going to be a short video, but it's going to be powerful. It's going to be impactful. If you get any value from this video, smash thumbs up, hit subscribe, tell somebody about the channel. I appreciate you. So let's talk about it, right? So first, as we grew up, we were taught some things about money. Well, you guys were probably taught more than I was. I grew up very poor. We didn't have a lot of money. But a lot of you guys were taught that you should go to college, get a degree to get one of those things called safe, secure jobs. And then all of a sudden that degree is going to give you that job. That job's going to give you great pay. It's going to give you great benefits. And then eventually it's going to retire you. And I'm telling you, that's not the case today. Today, things are totally different. Those jobs are not secure. They're not safe. They're not loyal. There is no retirement for you. If you are not retiring in the next 5 to 10 years, 10 years is the max. If you are outside of a 10-year retirement window from today, meaning, let's say, since we're halfway through 24, would you say 35? If you're not retiring before 2035, good luck, Mary. Good luck, Sam. There's going to be no retirement for you. There's hardly any retirement for anybody today. The only reason they're able to retire today is because the market is at an all-time high and they could get out quickly if they leave their 401ks in the market like they were trained to do. They're going to steal your 401ks through a market crash. Yes, it's stolen that way. The pensions, stolen. There's so much debt in the economy, they're going to start stealing. They're going to start taxing you and stealing your paycheck. Through taxes. I should do a video about that, but taxes is a way to steal your paycheck. And they're going to have to raise them because there's too much debt and they can't print any more money to pay their own bills, so they're going to have to come to you, right? So we know that probably half of the college degrees are irrelevant. I always say if you do not need a master's at the minimum or a doctorate or, you know, something like that, you don't even need the degree. If it doesn't require a master's, then you could probably do it with no degree, right? So again, you've been taught that buying a house is a great idea. I'm here to tell you houses are overpriced. The market is in trouble. It's going to come down. How much? I don't know. I talked about this on in the comments with someone. They were looking for like a crash, and I was like, look, you'll probably see a 30% correction. It's not going to go back to what it was. It just doesn't do that typically, right? But these houses are so overpriced that a house that was, 4 years ago, the house was $300. That house is now, $550. Okay, that house might go back to $450, but it's not going to go back to $300. It's just not going to do that. A lot of the bills that are due still due. So a lot of the bills that are due and still due, there are payments being made on a lot of money that was borrowed years ago still. So I don't think it's going to go back to a complete crash because bills have to still get paid. I think the only reason we have not had a market crash today is because of one reason and one reason only. It's not the interest rates. They raised the interest rates. It didn't happen. It didn't help. It didn't crash the market. You know what will? Demand. Demand is so high that people were buying houses even though they were double the cost. I sold my house for 2 times what I paid for it, and people were still buying. So until people stop spending money on the housing market, then and only then will it correct. Otherwise, it's just going to stay inflated. Also, saving money in the bank. Banks used to pay interest, and I'm going through this pretty quick because I know you guys have to get to work. By the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up if any of this is helping you or making sense to you. I'm just here to challenge your mindset. That's it. So if you go to the bank, by the way, I have another channel called Minority Money Mindset, where I talk about how to flip your money mindset. This channel is more about how to make money when you're not at work. The other one's about how to challenge yourself mentally when it comes to money and finances. So really quickly, again, you were told to save money in banks. Again, banks used to pay interest. They no longer pay interest, not real interest. Inflation pretty much eats up that interest. Banks use your money to make money and get wealthy. You use your money to leave it in the bank and stay poor. You save your money, banks take the money you save, use it to get rich. My advice to you, do what the banks do, not what the banks tell you to do. Play the game like the banks. Use the money to make money. If you got $1,000 in the bank, think of what you can do with that $1,000 to create another $1,000. Once you start thinking like that, your whole life's going to change. I know it because I have some friends, and as soon as I start having that conversation with them, they come back and they're like, hey man, I saw all these opportunities that I can middleman and I can do this. And I'm like, great, I told you. As soon as you start thinking that way, it's going to start opening up to you, right? And so again, buying houses, bad idea. Saving money in banks, bad idea. Having one job as your only source of income, terrible idea. Why? Because something can happen to your job any day, and it doesn't even have to be your fault, and you got to start from zero. Well, Sean, I hear you now. I hear you guys now. I can read you loud and clear. The Middleman CEO can hear you, right? You're sitting there going, well, that's why we should have a savings account. You told us don't have a savings account. No, listen, there's 2 ways you can live. You can live off your savings, which means that if you get into an emergency or a bad situation, you're just going to eat through that. It does not replenish itself. Or while you still have your job, you can use money in the bank to create more money, so that when you do lose your job or get fired or have a rainy day or an emergency, like you guys like to call it, I don't call it that. I don't manifest what I don't want. I call my account an opportunity account. I'm looking for opportunity, not rainy days. Sure as heck, I ain't looking for emergencies. You can, that's up to you. I don't recommend it. Just change the words, change everything. And so, but you can use the money now while you still have a job to create and to acquire an asset that creates cash flow, and you can also live off the cash flow. And if something bad happens, emergency or rainy day, because life happens, you can use the cash flow for that. So you can use your savings for it, which I don't recommend, or you can use your cash flow. Cash flow is better because you learn how to make money without having to go to work. You have a cash flow producing asset that creates revenue for you that takes care of you. To me, that's a better way to live. All right. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If you agree or disagree, just let me know in the comments. I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Again, if you want to learn how to start a middleman business, I'm going to put the video description below in the comments, and in the video description, the link, you'll see it and you can click. And if you like what you see and if you're interested in starting it, then join me in the masterclass. I'm going to be teaching a live workshop Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Texas time. I hope you guys are there. It's absolutely free. Come join me. Let me show you how to make money from your phone. If that's something that you're interested in, put middleman in the comments, and I'll see you guys in live training. Peace.